Hey guys, Marsningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so yeah, quite a surprising reveal over on the JP Dokkan Twitter. I was going to say this morning, it's morning for me in the UK, it's probably still nighttime somewhere for you in America, if that's where you are, but yes, TEQ Hit is getting an EZA. So as soon as a Fusing Kale and Caulifla celebration came out as the next big thing on JP, this was instantly a thing that people started joking about, because obviously recently they've started EZAing some Dokkan Fest leaders and like LRs based solely around the theme of the celebration. And so of course, being a Universe 6 unit, like everyone straight away joked TEQ Hit needs an EZA, because realistically he really did need an EZA. I mean, leader skill wise, obviously 170 across the board, 3 key. That's like the top level for a Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR category leader. And then he had Universe Survival Saga 3 key 150, which is still a really solid sub lead. Now, a lot of people have been saying over the last, like, I don't know, year or so, maybe longer, that TEQ Hit was always bad, which is not true. I remember when he first came out, he was a global first, and when people first started seeing, like, the numbers that he could put out in his optimal setup, like, I definitely, as a global player, was excited to summon for him. But unfortunately, when you look over his passive, he's one of those older units where he just has no defense in his passive whatsoever. He gets attack on super, he gets additional attack and attacks effective against all types when the enemy is stunned. He has a chance to stun in his passive and in his super attack, but he gets no defense whatsoever. And it wasn't that long after he came out that was when Dokkan really shifted into the meta where defense was basically everything. So he dropped off really, really quickly, but when he came out, he was actually pretty decent. And yeah, he definitely needed an EZA to be usable in the current meta. And yeah, he is finally getting one. So shout out to the homie Garesh for the translations. His leader skill, they decided obviously not to go higher than 170. We still only have the LR Goku and Frieza that have higher than a 170 leader skill. But he is being bumped up to 4 key, which is very nice. And then the Universe Survival Saga part is getting bumped up to 160%. So overall, his leader skill is really, really good. And then his passive is attack and defense 20% per Universe 6 ally attacking in the same turn. Then if all allies attacking in the same turn are in the Universe 6 category, gains a medium chance to stun all enemies. So I'm guessing that works out like the Jiren passive, where it's just at the start of the turn. Because yeah, medium chance to stun all enemies. So that could be incredibly useful considering the effects that he gains by having the enemy stunned. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 160 when performing a super attack. He gains an additional 80% attack and attacks effective against all types when the enemy is in the stunned status. Attacked enemies, attack minus 20% and defense minus 80% for 2 turns for high chance to stun for 1 turn. So the debuff he gives the enemy hasn't changed. The stun chance from his passive has changed into, oh no, it's still high chance. So a lot of his passive hasn't changed. Minus 20, minus 80 for 2 turns, high chance to stun. But then, yeah, we have the additional attack 80% and attacks effective against all types. That is the same. So the main thing that's changed is his base stats. So attack and defense 20% per Universe 6 ally attacking in the same turn. So at the start of turn, he is going to have a little bit of defense, but it's not really enough to make him into like a good slot 1 unit realistically. Because of course now, not only gaining attack on super, he gains attack and defense 160. So on a full Universe 6 team, his defense is actually going to be pretty good post super attack. Because if he's getting this buff at the start of the turn and then getting the extra 160 on top, then his defense is going to be pretty good. Especially now as well, his super attack effect, he now raises defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy with a medium chance to stun. So still a medium chance on the super, but yeah, the fact that he has a raises defense for 1 turn effect, units like him that could stun on super, it was always good to give him more additional than say crit in the hidden potential system anyway, and so that kind of reinforces that, because now if you're getting an additional super attack, you're going to raise your defense again. So obviously as well, bear in mind the fact that EZAing him, he's going to have EZA stats. Like at Rainbow, his stats are already pretty decent, other than his defense being just under 100k. I haven't got the calculation thing here for working out post units EZA stats, but his defense is probably going to go up to at least 100k. And now with that 160 on super attack, he's going to be looking at a decent defense after supering, because this is this plus the raised defense for 1 turn. So even without Universe 6 allies, I think his defense could look reasonably good, but on the Universe 6 team, obviously he's going to be absolutely insane. So they've obviously, doing this really helps to buff the Universe 6 team, because obviously, you know, the new unit is Kefla, you got the side unit Kabe, they gave the free-to-play units a bunch of EZAs, Kefla EZA, like, the Universe 6 team is getting such a huge boost out of this. I mean, to be honest, even though he's not providing support to the rotation, you could run this TEQ hit as like a 3rd slot unit on the Universe 6 team. Because obviously, you know, you want him to be in slot 2 or 3 to get all of that bonus defense on attack. If he's floating in the 3rd slot on a Universe 6 team, obviously he's going to be getting this full buff from his passive. So that could be very interesting. And Super Battle Road is obviously where things like this, if all allies in the same turn of Universe 6, you get a medium chance to stun all enemies. That could obviously be very powerful, because if that goes off, then obviously he's then getting the extra 80% attack and effective against all types when the enemies are stunned. So in something like the Universe 6 or Universe Survival Saga stages of Super Battle Road, running a full Universe 6 team, if you get the good RNG and get those stuns off, then he is going to be absolutely insane in terms of dealing damage. The only problem with this, which I will say right off the bat, is this is being obviously very restrictive, restricting him to 1 team, which, I mean, there's a Universe 6 Survival Saga, there's a Universe 6 and a Universe Survival Saga Super Battle Road stage. So there's 2 specific stages you can run the Universe 6 team in, and that's basically it. Although I guess Hit is technically on Rapid Growth, isn't he? Yeah, so technically he's on the same team as some of the like Keflas and the Khaliflas. So I guess, does Rapid Growth have a stage? It might have one on JP and not yet on Global, but I guess that's one other stage where you could potentially run a Universe 6 team, but that's a little bit disappointing, because Super Battle Road is really the only mode where stunning is useful, but for him to get this ability where he stuns all the enemies, pretty much the entire team has to be Universe 6, so that feels like a little bit of a disappointment, because there's not a huge amount of modes where you're going to see a lot of use out of that. But fortunately, even if you strip that away, like, just the fact that he's now getting defense on super, his super attack raises defense anyway. Other than that, most of the numbers haven't really changed. But when you stack that on top of EZA stats, I think he is going to be looking pretty good once we actually get him into some events. So, obviously, we'll have to wait and see what the showcases end up looking like for this guy once the stuff gets added to the data download. But yeah, definitely a very exciting time for TEQ Hit. So one of my friends was recently joking about link leveling him and doing a level 10 links showcase for Hit. But yeah, I guess now global players, probably worth throwing him on your link level team at some point. I've always said, like, one of the great benefits now for global, since we got the link level update, is we know in advance units who are going to get EZAs that we can then go ahead and upgrade. Like, we knew in advance which order the 120 leads were going to get EZAs, apart from obviously the Super Saiyan 4s because they came out with the dual celebration. Gives you time to link level. So like, for example, at the moment, we know Super Vegeta is going to be coming up at some point. His celebration brings like Majin Vegeta's EZA as well as the 2 Super Trunkses. So as global players, you can start link leveling them now, ready for when they come out on global. So obviously, if you're looking for another unit to throw on your link level team, then now could be the time to start link leveling TEQ Hit. So let me know what you guys think of his EZA. Do you think it's really good? Do you think this restriction is a little bit too annoying? Or how do you see TEQ Hit overall? Because I feel like this EZA takes him from being the massive meme of being one of the worst Dokkan Fest exclusive leads that we have in the game at the moment to he's now going to be pretty solid. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can actually do in game. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.